Hello everyone, Porterhouse here, and today we're going to be playing the World of Tanks. This is going to be the last match in my VK30P. You can see the crew is no longer here. That's because I moved them up into the Tiger Porsche, and then actually changed my mind because the Tiger Porsche was a huge piece of crap, and put them in this tank, which is, yes, a purchase tank. It's one I got a deal on from World of Tanks, and it is actually pretty sweet. Kind of a weird history behind this. I encourage you to look it up, but it is actually I think, an American tank with a German turret on it. So yeah, it's a little weird. So anyway, you can see my crew's getting well trained, and I may end up moving them back into the VK30P because I enjoyed that tank so much. So I've been playing this and the American T20, bouncing back and forth and enjoying both. But anyway, as I was saying, it was my one of my last matches in this. It turned out surprisingly well. A bit of a knuckle biter for me, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay everyone, this is the Abbey map. I am in my VK30P. I am in fairly good company, and I am actually way up there as far as the tiers go, so doing alright. Not too unhappy with this for once. It's still an interesting mixed match. It's tier 6 and all the way down to tier 4s. And I just noticed one of my teammates' name is Stinkbutt. Now keep an eye on that here. That M3 Lee accidentally shot that TD in the side. And I'm not sure why, but he did apologize. I'm assuming it was just an accident. And this VK36 is asking for help, and I'm not going to lie, I'm going to end up using him as cover on my way down this side of the map, and I do that on purpose because I am so used to both sides just rushing this road. I mean, seriously, Sukablit Rush B type action, usually. So, we're headed up this road, and that TD takes cover behind the wrecked tanks. And I start moving up with Zot 99. Oh, the M3 Lee says they accidentally hit his touchpad. I've done that. I usually disable the touchpads and just use a real mouse if I'm playing on a laptop. Or playing anything on a laptop. So, and I'm going to put it in free camera mode because I'm just jerking this mouse around. And that's because I was worried about the Abbey over there because you can't see the road from there. And people will snipe at you as you go by. You get an E25 up there just raining shells on you, and it's pretty much game over. Now I'm happy to see this TD, this Wolverine came along with this Vegas Jester. And I think Zot was being a little cautious too. He's probably also used to it. I was hyper paranoid. I just kept expecting tanks to like pop out of nowhere. So as you can see, I was being really cautious. Let me put it back in fixed camera. And I see that TD that got shot earlier moving up behind us. And we round this corner, and there's literally nobody here. We have just basically driven into their front yard. And there's nobody home. Now I'm going to turn off that the fixed camera again. I'm going to go up into this corner because SPGs and TDs will hide here quite a bit. So I go up and over. And there, speaking of SPGs, Jester just let him have it. Now keep an eye on that medium in the background, the Fortec Taquito. It's a Panzer IV. There's a grill. I want this thing really, really bad. I'm going to put it back in fixed camera so you can see me trying to snipe it and failing. And there it is. And Jester misses. I take a shot where I think it might be So I'm just waiting for my reload, and Jester gets him before I get a chance. So not, you know, that I begrudge him that or anything now. I was expecting the KV-85 and the KV-1 to pop up earlier, and the SU-100, and there they all are. And that Panzer IV is asking for help, so I come moving up, and then he realizes I'm there. So he does a nice sliding reverse, and we both go back up the hill. And I just realized he just shot Jester. So there goes any possible counter snipe I might need from that SU. So Fortech actually doing pretty good on his own. So I'm waiting for my reload, and then before I can move up, the Panzer IV moves up. And then I realize he just got shot, so I move up, try to take a shot. And then I realize I'm not going to get it because I'm grinding on a rock like an idiot. And I'm about to take the shot, then I see that SU, so I move back for a second. And then move forward. That SU's already damaged. So when I hit him, I almost get him all in one shot. So I come around that corner, and unfortunately the Panzer IV is gone. I panicked, fired into the KV-85, and bounced. That SU's turning around, but not fast enough. So I move up again, and I can just see the top of the turret of this KV-85, and I let him have it. So right there, there's 2 kills, all in the same area. There comes Zot-99. I'm assuming he was coming up here to help me, and it's just a little too late. So by now you've recognized the sound, the dulcet tones of, "Hey, idiot, there's somebody on your cap here." So I am headed toward the cap, and I don't really want to lose this battle just based on that, because that happens way too often. And I'm always, seems to be the furthest away from the friggin' cap when it happens, so that I can be, even with my fairly fast VK-30. I tried to sneak a look out there, realized I'm not going to see jack or shit, so I turn around very, very slowly and start heading around, which is what I should have done in the first place instead of trying to peek around that rock. That was absolutely useless. I should have remembered that you can't really see anything from there. If I went up there, you can see it, but I decided I'm just going to go do it directly. And then I realized Targeted has moved up. Now he is a, what did I say he was? He's a Panzer III. So he's moved up, and he resets the count timer, bless his soul. And it does it again, too. And it turns out Targeted is a top-notch player. I took a look at his service record later. So I move up, and that VK just kind of takes a look at me and then pulls back. He had me dead to rights. So I get a beat on him and pull the trigger, and he is paying attention to Targeted and not to me. I don't know why. Probably because he didn't think I could do that. He may have the German derp gun on his. I was expecting a longer load time than what I gave him. So everyone's so Fortech is telling us we need to move up to the cap. And Targeted takes the direct approach, but I don't know where that KV-1 is. If I were him, I would be sitting at or near the cap with just 2 little mediums and just be waiting in ambush for them to try to take the cap and just let him have it. KV-1 is a tough tank. So, and as you can see, this VK-30 is a fast tank for a medium. Its top speed is 60 kilometers per hour. I could set that to miles per hour, but I'm actually not unused to dealing with kilometers. I go up to Canada a lot. I like our Canadian neighbors, eh? Great time I had up there last time I went to Vancouver. So, Fortech is telling the Targeted to camp behind the Wolverine to cap. Use that Wolverine that got destroyed earlier, the Vegas Jester, for cover. So, you know, Jester, if you're watching this, your job wasn't quite over yet, whether you realized it or not. You make great cover. That's why I like OIs and OI experimentals and ONIs and blah 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 and all that whole Japanese series. Those giant Japanese tanks that never actually saw service. You follow one of those around, and if they get destroyed, they make great cover. If you drive one of those, thanks. I didn't mean anything mean by it. I'm actually looking forward to driving one myself. So I am really nervous now. You can see me jerking this mouse around, and I thought he was up here somewhere overlooking the cap. So I am just like, okay, stick your head out anytime, and then he pops up over there. He has 100% of his durability, and I am at about half, a little less, and I'm like, oh God, what do I do now? So the only strategy I could think of was to tell target to cap, and then I would hold. And he was already well on his way, bless his soul, which is probably what saved our bacon. Because if he had just started when I told him that, this fight might have turned out a lot differently. So I'm just wondering if I can get a bead on this guy from up here, but I'd have to like partially come down the cliff, because as much as I like this VK, the gun depression sucks. And I wasn't sure what his gun elevation was, so I'm not sure if he could see me or not. But I turned around, as long as I hugged that wall, I was pretty sure he couldn't see me. I realized he's not even looking at me. He takes a shot from targeted, which just bounces off, and he returns fire, so he's not even paying attention. So the soft spot for them is right in the side of the turret, on their turret. And he obliged me by keeping his turret turned that way. And then you can pin them pretty easily from the side. And I let him have it. And that was 4 kills, and we won the match. Alright, that was a good match. I did 1,400 points of damage. I got 4 kills. That VK1 was my hardest. Although he actually went down pretty quick for a VK. I got my fire for effect. And I got my fighter and my mastery badge 2nd class. I did not do top damage, but I did do top kills. Fortek, as it turns out, did top damage in his Panzer III. He got a badge for that for high caliber, so that was pretty cool. Got a good chunk of change. Had a lot of fun. So as you saw, I had a lot of fun in that match. It was a real knuckle biter. Love the VK30P. It is a beast. I will definitely go back to this now that I've watched the footage over again and realized how much fun this tank is. So anyway, normally I do 2 matches per episode. This match ran really long, so we're just doing the one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to hit that like button. Drop me a comment and subscribe if you have not already done so. I will see you all at the next Porterhouse Plays.